This video looks at how children progress from having counting skills to learning different strategies for addition. The first type of addition children experience is where two sets are combined, for example where a farmer puts all of his cows in one field. Children also need to experience addition using different forms of numbers, for example growth, or using money. They'll use different informal methods to help them to calculate. Children will learn that the order numbers are added doesn't affect the total, which is shown using different models and images. Learning this principle helps children to memorise number bonds and flip a sum like 5 plus 8 into 8 plus 5, making it easier to count on. Let's look at the strategies children will use to answer 14 plus 9, shown by the yellow and red squares. We've already counted both groups. The most basic strategy children would use is to count everything, counting all 23 squares again. Then they'll learn to count on, starting from 14 and counting on 9. To be able to count on, children need to be able to count from different starting points. The ultimate aim, though, is for children to break down numbers in different ways. For example, splitting the 9 into 6 and 3 to get 20 and 3 more. Equally, they may add 9 by adding 10 and subtracting 1. To become successful mathematicians, children need to progress from counting strategies to being able to manipulate numbers. Here are some of the visual models that help children to break down numbers. See how the dot patterns on the left allow children to see 7 broken down in different ways. Dot patterns and dominoes help children to see whole numbers broken down into two different parts. Equally, notice how the green and yellow rods show 6 broken down in different ways. Also, pneumicon shapes and 10 frames help to show number bonds to 10. Finally, we might do some subitizing games with the children. Have a look at the black dots on the bottom right hand side. A dot pattern like this might be flashed up briefly, giving the children enough time to see it, but not enough time to count the dots. How many did they see? Children have to explain how they broke down the number of dots into different clumps. For example, they might be able to describe that they saw 4 and 3 and 2 and then calculate the total of 9. Quite soon, children will be able to carry out a calculation like 8 plus 7 by using a number line, say starting from 8 and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jumps. However, we want children to be able to calculate by breaking numbers down in different ways. In this case, they need to be able to split the 7 up into 5 and 2. They'll add the 2 to get to the nearest 10, then add the rest of the number to get to the answer. This leads to the first formal written strategy, the number line. The same process is used for 16 plus 7. Pneumicon and 10 frames can be used to show the calculation strategy visually. Here, the 7 is broken down into 4 and 3. The 4 completes the 20, and then there are 3 more. Where children are excelling in addition, rather than trying to extend the difficulty of their work by giving them bigger numbers, we would try to test their understanding of some key maths concepts. For example here, seeing how well they understand what the equal sign means, same as. And that's how we develop early addition concepts.